This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. No.
Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
Welcome to DBL. We're still a little hot from the weekend of football.
Still talking football right until the cameras came on, yes.
It was a great weekend of football.
I even enjoyed it. We were like, this team's winning. This team's, no, it's this in 2 minutes. Oh, my gosh.
It was great.
And I'm Jeff, and this is Alan Torrey.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
All right, enough football, but we were talking in the break. I'm sure people are talking at home. Let's get to what people are talking about, and that is Adele, because she is trying to make things right after postponing her Vegas residency. We talked a little bit about this last week. So over the weekend, Adele reached out to some of her most loyal fans over FaceTime and apologized for canceling the concert. She chatted with them and even brought her boyfriend, Rich Paul, on to say hi, which I'm sure they're very appreciative of.
Is he on the Cavs?
No, he helps LeBron in his business circle. Right? Yeah, he's a businessman.
I know when I like to go see Michael Jordan, I hope his wife's there. All right. Fans were treated to some merchandise at the Adele store in Caesars Palace. Adele had previously said that her show wasn't ready because of shipping delays and COVID, if you remember. But then the Sun reported, again, this is just reportings, that she clashed with the set designer, and the Daily Mail claims Caesars Palace wanted Adele to sing with a 60-person choir during Skyfall, but she wanted to keep the show a little bit more intimate. So I said this last week, I go, it sounds like there's a little bit more going on. She makes, listen, I'm just going to throw this out there. I believe she makes between $1 and $2 million a show. Do you think a FaceTime and a couple T-shirts is giving enough back?
No.
What do you guys think about this?
That's it. Well, I'll speak, because I actually thought about this weekend. I was like, well, because I don't know if it was you, Jeff, that mentioned it. You were like, well, maybe she could have done a toned-down show.
Right.
Piano, old school, just leaning against it, singing. But you know what? For a lot of people that are especially paying a lot of money to go see Adele, get good seats, maybe she doesn't want that to be the experience that you have. You don't get to be Adele. You don't get to be J-Lo, Beyonce, these people that put on over-the-top performances, Elton John, without being almost maniacal and crazy about what everything looks like, the set, the wardrobe, the costume changes. You want to hold all that. And the idea to some people to put on a show where they're leaning against a piano, where as a real fan would be great with that, maybe they're not. And this is the nature in which she got here. Beyonce almost killed herself to do Homecoming because it was that important to her.
But the trade-off is talking to her boyfriend via FaceTime?
That was weird.
All right.
I agree and disagree.
Talk to me.
What do I agree is Adele is a perfectionist, and she will do, like, almost to a compulsive degree, like many artists, and they will do everything the way they want to see it. Now, it also, to me, doesn't make up for it by doing FaceTime. I would want to refund those tickets. I would want at least the first week of people that traveled to get their money back, my pockets. I don't care if I missed a show. I want that money back. And the third thing I'll say is,
what if there's a clause when they bought the ticket saying that there is no refund?
Just for reputation only, I would give up that much money to get my face looking better.
Probably not her call, though, but go ahead.
Agree. For me, if my call is to cancel, my call is to get that money back. Thirdly, I'll say this, is that when Adele decided to clash with this one person who's now becoming like viral and famous and doing this, the person apparently wanted much bigger, and Adele wanted the quieter, more intimate, like we were saying, the MTV Unplugged kind of thing. So if you're coming to a show and you're wanting to see Adele never does big lights and stuff like that. That's Katy Perry. She always does the more intimate. So I get her clash, but I also think that did her perfectionism really cost people lots of money? Yeah, and I'm worried about the backlash. I'm just worried for her.
Yeah, can't Caesars comp some of those rooms too?
Dude,
I mean, they're already in the casino, right? So like,
just give money back.
Something.
I'm sure they did. It can't be T-shirts, because those tickets were really expensive.
But hey,
they were
talked to
probably was
boyfriend.
A makeup date. Yeah, there's probably a makeup date, but it's like, can you afford to come back for a makeup date? Probably not. But if you're a real fan, you probably can. And let's be honest, in real time, and I know we got to move on, from now on, anybody that books any ticket for anything, Super Bowl, Adele, whatever, we all know in the back of our hearts, there might be a chance that's going to get canceled.
What if I said something stupid and I had to apologize? I'm like, I apologize. Here's my dog.
Well, you have Jordan, so we'd all want to see Jordan.
Yeah. Your wife's
Probably
famous.
they want to see her more than
Way
me.
more
All
than
right.
you, yeah.
Kanye, way more. All right. Kanye West stepped out with new girlfriend Julia Fox. The two made their red carpet debut at Men's Fashion Week in Paris, sporting matching denim outfits. There you go. Some fans were quick to compare them to Britney and Justin Timberlake back in the day from 2001. The old Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not offensive.
No.
A
It's not.
Canadian wrote this prompt, the piece you're reading right now.
All right. Got that one. I was like, you've been talking to my dog. All right. On a recent podcast, Julia addressed rumors that she is only dating Kanye for clout or money. She just addressed those rumors. Let's listen.
People are like, oh, you're only in it for the fame, you're in it for the clout, you're in it for the money. And it's like, honey, like I dated billionaires my entire adult life. Okay, let's keep it real.
All right. Well, listen, I mean,
Boo.
yeah, what do you think? Is it just love at
Wait,
first
what do you
sight?
mean,
Is that what
boo?
she's
What's-
claiming?
Boo about
First
the
of all,
clothing? Like, tell us.
unless here's the only people that are allowed to call me honey. My aunts and very friendly waitresses in the South.
I've
I
gotten
love it.
I've gotten in
I
trouble.
love it. Anybody else is being very condescending.
I've gotten in
and
trouble
when
for
I
that.
go, let me tell you something, honey.
Yeah.
I've dated billionaires. I'm already kind of done. It's just a very elitist thing to say. I do understand people not wanting their integrity impugned by saying that you're a gold digger, but she was just in a movie recently. She has her own career, so she should not even, just the mere fact she addressed that, I thought lowered her standard a little bit. But, you know, and I just thought that was a bad line, but I do get that people are probably saying that. But she had to expect that. You're dating Kanye. You're going to get some pushback.
I thought she sounded like it didn't bother her for real, but I have gotten in trouble for saying honey and to certain people, and it is very condescending. And I take it back. I know I've said it to you, and I apologize. It's not nice.
I don't mind it, and I actually appreciate it from a waitress.
Right, I
you know,
love
like
it.
I could just picture the
Oh,
waitress.
you're
if
getting
I-
30%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Honey, that soup's coming up.
Honey, you want some
I don't mind
pie?
waiting.
You want
some
I don't mind waiting, it's cold. But yeah, when someone's making a point, if you're talking to me
I
about
know.
feminism,
Yeah.
and you're like, your male toxicity makes me sick, and then we get off air, and you're like, honey, could you grab that pen for me? I'm like, wait, what world am I
Yeah,
living in?
and if I don't want people speaking condescendingly to me, I shouldn't be speaking condescendingly. So I agree with you, the honey thing is. But I think she stood up to a lot of the arrows being thrown at her pretty well. She's coming across as, well, she comes across as a Kim Kardashian.
No, what is she
second,
coming
doesn't she?
across as with the honey, I dated billionaires? What, did that line really resonate with you?
No, but it makes me feel like she's not intimidated by that world. Does that make
makes me
sense?
feel like she was waiting to tell us that, and makes it. First of all, if you did date billionaires, I would hope that there was something more interesting about them than
That they
just
were
that.
billionaires, yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that was a super weak line.
Do you guys see this lasting?
No. How about, we have to move on to a very important story, but what do you think about matching outfits? That's what makes me think it's not going to work.
I just like they're trying.
If
I like
you match
what do you
outfits,
think
it's not
about
working.
matching
It's not
outfits?
working. You're
Stop
not
giving your
moving
political
on.
answer.
Britney, Justin, not moving on. Kanye and this woman, not moving on.
Julia Fox, she has a name. No, I don't. You're right. I don't love matching outfits.
Yeah. See, there's like in the black community, there's a lot of matching. Okay, so there's matching at family reunions where everybody has the same T-shirt. You're gonna see that a lot.
Huh.
Then there was also
But that's more of a communal,
yes, but
not
when I was in
couple.
high school, after prom, when you would go to like the amusement
You would
park,
dress the same.
you and your
The airbrush?
date would dress kind of the same, like red
Airbrush.
T-shirt, white shorts, red and
you'd
white
match,
Nikes. Yeah, it'd be coordinated. And so there is like a little in our own Lindsay, her and Colin, I know for a fact have a matching picture together because I have made fun of them. So yes, it is a
But
thing
they
in the
look
black
cool.
community.
But what do you think
They
about
look really cool.
airbrushed at amusement parks? You airbrush the couples and then you wear it.
Jeff and Jordan, that's kind of
My
cute.
best friends
That'd be
still-
kind of cool throwback.
I wish someone push me in the pond by the
Tilt the world.
carousel.
Oh man, I wish that would have been me.
And it got all like smeared. All right. A couple of loyal Ana de Armas fans are suing Universal for, get this, $5 million because she was cut from the 2019 movie called Yesterday. The fans said they rented the movie on Amazon Prime and were excited to see Ana, only to find out that her scene on the couch with James Corden had been cut. They claim people were expecting a movie with Ana, so putting her in the trailer and not the film was misleading and apparently worth $5 million.
Yeah.
Okay, from a legal standpoint, was this false advertising? Was there deceit? Was there deceiving imprint and images? Perhaps. I'm saying that. $5 million for one scene, by the way, they had to pay $3.99 to get this movie to rent it, is absurd. Is absurd. It's ridiculous.
It's a waste of our court time.
It's a litigious waste of time. Correct.
It's just like, I don't even understand how this gets this far, but it's just like, Jeff, I've heard you go off because fans have complained about like lighting and dialogue and which actors were used. We've crossed this threshold and now we're into the editor's room. So now people online are now saying they don't like how things are edited.
Or directed,
we
yeah, you're absolutely
didn't
right.
like the cover of the Essence magazine with these 12 black women on it. So like, I'm glad everybody's an expert.
Oh, I love
because every day for probably an hour, I look at lighting YouTube videos just because I'm trying to get my office correct. I'm glad that everybody must be doing twice that every day.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have some real experts on
there.
everything. Can you just enjoy the movie? Life is short.
Isn't
Watch
it great
the movie.
when you've been in the business 20 years and then someone on TikTok is like, I'm in the business too. I have a TikTok account. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you've put in for over the past few days. Coming up on DBL, is Idris Elba going to be the next James Bond? We're breaking that headline down in today's Fact or Fiction or Fake News. I ruined the game already. And Kate Thurston talks about her mental health struggles after going on The Bachelorette. Are reality shows and the people who do them crazy?
Yes.
Oh.
Jeffrey Schreiber. Hashtag.
Closed captioning provided by
Hey.
Oh, I'm studying Italian. Ho studiato parlare italiano. Ho dimenticato tutto la lingua. Anyway, I'm studying it, but I'm also hungry, so I'm gonna say, oh, fame. I'm getting my banana loaf.
Here's a good one. Ciao.
Who in your family speaks Italian? Anybody, or German? Anybody?
No, my mother was born in Italy, which a lot of people don't know.
Where?
She was born in a town called La Spezia. It's a small little town. It's like, if you know, like, Italy, it's like the Bologna center, and it's just straight west. It's like an hour west of Bologna.
I've been to Bologna, it's awesome.
The middle. It's in the middle,
got it,
yeah.
got it.
So it's like just west. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that when we talk sometimes about immigration or just other things, and I'm like, do you know that like my mom came here literally on a boat? Like she took a boat, I have pictures I've shown on the show. And so she never, it always happens like this. My whole neighborhood spoke Italian, but there's different dialects, right? So a lot of them were from Bari, which are way south. And my mom, if they spoke in their dialect, our next door neighbors spoke that. She couldn't understand.
Yeah.
So they have to speak like cleaner Italian,
Yeah, because
so
the
to
South
speak.
is a whole different.
I mean,
Naples,
words aren't even the
totally
same,
different. Yeah,
right?
totally
You know, they're
different.
not even the same.
Absolutely.
So I learned like all my, because I used to do ceramic tiles, so I knew all the tools, but in like barres. So I didn't
that how
know.
you say barres?
Yeah,
Like that?
but then like in regular Italian. So when I got older, I'm like, Ma, teach me Italian. And then my grandmother spoke broken English, you know. And then by that time, it's
I mean,
just.
that's how language is. You think about English.
I wish you
and
just would have
Spanish
taught me,
and
Ma,
Spanglish
when I was like
and,
young,
it's-
and then you're just born with it.
Insegnata.
But then my father didn't speak, so it's hard.
Yeah, well, and also a lot of you guys remember like the immigrants that came over. You know, like your mom and her people, everybody. Like there was a drive to be American, and it was almost. People were saying, don't
assimilate.
speak
Yeah.
Italian. We want to seem like
American.
locals here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so,
There's the prejudice.
like last names, sometimes like when I watch the Olympics and I see last names, I'm like, oh, you can see where the English
cut it.
halved it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
instead
totally.
of, yeah.
Like Schulmanwitz.
Yeah.
And they're
now
like,
it's
let's just cut it to Schulman.
Yeah. But then when you see the Olympics, the last names are so clear.
Welcome back, former Bachelorette. Kate Thurston is speaking out about her mental health. Kate admitted on Instagram that before her season started, she was in a dark place and ended up blocking and unfollowing social media accounts that mentioned her. She wrote, quote, I started taking antidepressants for the first time before my season aired. I thought I knew what to do or what to expect. I didn't. I thought I was strong enough to handle the negativity. I wasn't. Other reality stars like Luann de Lesseps have struggled with sobriety on camera and behind the scenes, and Reality Housewife of New York, Leah McSweeney, said she got sober after watching her behavior on the show.
Jeff, we got to go to you.
Yeah, very important stuff. I mean, if people don't know out there, I was on Bachelor. I was not. I was on Big Brother long time ago, 12 years ago. But
Amazing Race. Like,
amazing. I
you've
did
been
my
in these
fair
streets.
share
Yeah.
of. I did my fair share of reality television. Twitter was not a thing when I came off the show.
know.
Twitter, I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't have a Twitter account. I think
What year is this? We're talking about
12 years ago.
Okay.
12 years ago, I had I think MySpace. Tom was my
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I got to tell you, even being on TV now, I deal not with mental health struggles. I don't want to discount what these women are going through or what anyone's going through. But I have taken a break from social media because I only focus on the negative accounts and people that want to attack me and things that I've said in the past that I regret constantly are thrown back in my face. And I'm trying to do better as a person, but if I regress and read those comments and let those people get to me, I understand that you could go to a dark place and have drugs or alcohol or something else take over just to cope with the negativity that you're feeling. It's not a good feeling. I'm a strong man, but it breaks me down sometimes.
Absolutely, Jeff, and you're talking about drugs, but what do drugs do? They help, they make you feel better. Sometimes for the short term, often for the short term, often they're not good. But when you look at like musicians and artists that we've lost, like Kurt Cobain, they died from heroin. They died because they were depressed. And there are certain drugs that people use when they are depressed. Alcohol. Look at all the reality stars we've seen that were alcoholics. Your buddy Mike from Jersey Shore, who
he got sober. That's right.
And now look at him.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it just shows you that everybody is almost, our minds are not supposed to have this much attention on us, positive and negative. And I think that the way that you cope is your body's like, you need to tamp this down. Get some vodka, dump it on top of there, get some marijuana, get some cocaine, whatever you need, because this is too much input coming into our system. So what do you think?
Well, I also just want to say that when you go to social media to like be your output, and you can kind of get lost in that because it's curated for you, that it does become a place of, you think it's a place. Like someone wrote the other day, Twitter's not a real place.
Right.
And you kind of go there, and when I was really lonely in Michigan, I didn't have social media and I was very, very depressed. I can't even imagine that having all that in my face would have made it, I think, way, way worse. So I'm glad I didn't have it growing up. I can imagine what kids are going through and teenagers and college students are going through, but especially when you put yourself out there on a pedestal, damn, is that going to be a tsunami back in your face.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to talk about this more. We got to run, but yeah, very important stuff. I think that needs to be more in the media spotlight. Coming up on DBL, a little fact or fake news quiz. Stay with us.
We all know that 2021 was the first full year that we've been in the pandemic, and we're getting a lot of questions about tax write-offs. First is about the cost of masks and other personal protective equipment that health officials in some states still require. So let's verify. Is PPE tax deductible? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and accounting firm Cherry Beckert, LLP. Taxpayers have historically received a deduction for medical expenses. These are things like doctor's visits or medication that aren't covered by health insurance. The IRS says that also includes PPE, like masks, gloves, and hand sanitizer. So we can verify PPE is tax deductible, but Cherry Beckert says there's a catch. Existing IRS rules require medical expenses exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income to qualify, so the deduction won't apply to everyone. Some people have been stocking up on PPE as they get ready to return to the office, but many are still working from home. We've received some questions about whether you can write off some of the expense of having a home office. So let's verify. Can employees write off a home office? Our sources are the IRS and accounting firm Maxwell, Locke & Ritter. The government used to allow everyone to take a home office deduction if they have the setup. That changed in 2017 when Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It was intended to simplify the process of doing taxes, and that meant limiting, among other things, who can take the home office deduction. The IRS warns only self-employed people, independent contractors, and people working in the gig economy now qualify. Basically, Maxwell, Locke & Ritter explains, if you get a W-2, then you don't get the deduction. So it's false that employees can write off a home office on their taxes, although self-employed people or contractors still can.
Welcome back to DBL. With all that's happening around the world, it's tough to know what's real and what's fake news. That's right. It's time for another edition of Fact or Fake News. Let's get to it. So Idris Elba drops hints that he's the next James Bond. What do we think? Fact or fake news?
Ooh, I'm going super.
I feel like we've done this story.
Yeah, I know, but there's been news.
No, we were talking about could it be a possibility because all the James Bond stands were saying no, James Bond. But then we were talking about should he be 007, 006?
Oh, yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's got to be fact. What is it? What do we think?
I think we all think fact, no?
What?
Tricked us.
Wait, he didn't
Jameson,
drop
you
hints?
crafty dog.
He didn't drop hints. Okay.
All right, so he got us all on that one. Tom Bergeron in talks to return to Dancing with the Stars.
These are tough. I'm going with
this
fact.
is We've definitely talked about this on this show.
Let me tell you, that's a rift that ain't being sewn up.
Really?
That's
It
a
goes
rift,
deep?
guys. That's a chasm. He says he was, thank you, that's like Game of Thrones, or is this Dancing with the Stars?
Or is it fact or fake news?
Oh, very good. I think they really ended and he felt like he was thrown off for what he said. So I'm going with fake news.
All right, I'm going to go with fact. Let's see what the answer
fact.
is.
Big Tom on that one.
All right. Wow, trickery.
Rift.
All right,
Chasm.
all right. How about this one? Prince Andrew's maid had a day-long training on how to arrange his 72 teddy bears. This is so crazy. It's got to be true.
And I mean, any story with Prince Andrew, how is it hard to not believe it?
72 teddy bears. I hope this is fake. What do we think? What's the answer?
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah. Of course it's true.
I'm gonna make that the name of my next comedy album.
72 teddy bears. That's so good,
That's
Al.
cool. I like it.
That's really fun.
People
Is
be
that
like,
weird?
what does that mean? I'd be like, no idea.
I mean, how much work can he besmirch?
And then just have you sweating profusely.
Saying I
The
can't
royal
sweat.
family is just
All right.
gross.
Never mind. We're drifting. Angelina Jolie says starring in a Marvel movie was the worst decision of her career.
I
I'm
can't.
gonna go.
I mean,
I'm gonna go fact on that, but okay.
really?
Yes.
She liked it.
No.
How could you not? It's too much
Because
attention?
it's here's the thing, big time actors do those Marvel movies and then say that they're not artistic enough, but then they also cash that $50 billion
Yeah,
check.
but she also has kids and they like Marvel. I think she was
All
excited.
right, let's check the answer. Fake news. Yeah. You got it like that.
She's
you got it
not
like
right.
that. All right, Martha Stewart claims she's been struck by lightning 3 times. She just says she attracts electricity.
I'm going fact on that one.
She's
At that, I don't know.
She's a little.
I'm going.
Martha's like.
I'm saying that just because that can't be true.
Well, I
Because
think people have been struck many
but
times.
not 3 times. There's actually a figure of speech saying that it's difficult to have that happen.
But I've heard of people being struck maybe twice.
Why don't we find out
Maybe
the answer
twice.
instead of argue?
Okay.
She said 3.
Thrice.
3 times?
Do you believe that?
No.
No.
Maybe her house was struck.
No, there's.
That's not her.
Right. Maybe it's
And
like
how do you know
semantics.
if your house gets struck by lightning?
Yeah.
All right,
That's
who's
right.
the
Weather
winner?
vane
Let's
up
find out
there?
who the winner is.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I don't doubt Martha Stewart, but I do find that rather hard to believe.
Absolutely. Statistically, it's
them.
impossible. So there's that. I don't know. Shout out to Martha.
Well, maybe we should have her on the show one day, and that should be one of our questions.
Hey, Martha, when and how were you struck thrice?
When was the last time? Like, if it's true, you got to give details to
I
that
agree with
story. You
that.
cannot just say it happened.
Well, Tori's got a second job in editing because that I said struck 3 times. Tori had to redo the question.
Yes.
And put in thrice.
She just kind of leveled us up a little
What
bit.
if she goes, Martha, have you been struck thrice? And Martha just hung up to the side.
Yeah, just
All right, we'll be right back.
wouldn't blame her.
No one would blame her. No.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
From social media, we've seen a lot of theories on how to cure COVID-19. The latest is urine therapy, which essentially means you drink your own urine. Several people have tweeted a video of an anti-vaccine activist, Christopher Key, saying urine therapy is the key to curing COVID.
The antidote that we've seen now, and we have tons and tons of research, is urine therapy.
It's this video that's been a buzz on social media. So let's look into this claim. Our sources, the Food and Drug Administration, cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley, family physician Dr. Carla Robinson, and Winchester Hospital. First, what is urine therapy? According to Winchester Hospital in Massachusetts, urine therapy is a part of ancient medical and cultural practices in places like Egypt, China, or India. Proponents consider drinking urine as a treatment for a variety of ailments. Winchester Hospital points out that some alternative medical practices believe urine therapy can cure ailments like asthma, acne, and cancer, but states no medical evidence supports urine as an effective treatment for those illnesses. The Food and Drug Administration does not list urine therapy as an approved COVID-19 treatment.
Should people drink their pee if they have COVID?
There is absolutely no evidence that medicinal use of urine, in other words, drinking your urine as a way to treat COVID or prevent COVID, has any efficacy.
We are not advising anyone to drink their own urine to detox or treat COVID infection. It has not been proven to be helpful.
In fact, the doctors warn against drinking urine because it contains bacteria, which can make you sick.
There are certainly waste properties in urine, and it's not something that is designed for human consumption. In fact, it is the opposite. It is, what our body has been designed to release from the body.
It's really ill-advised, can increase your risk for complications and infections for you to think about consuming your urine. And even though people have done it in the past, it doesn't make it a scientifically backed therapy or preventive measure.
So we can verify that this claim is false. Drinking urine is not a cure for COVID-19. With your Verified, I'm Megan Bragg.
If you have snow or ice on the roof of your car, you should clear it off. Let's connect the dots. Driving with snow on top of your car is very dangerous. Huge chunks can fly off your vehicle, leading to damaged windshields and even more problems on the roads. Snow blowing off the top of your car also reduces visibility for drivers behind you. And you can hurt yourself. If you need to brake suddenly, the snow could come down over your windshield and block your view. Driving with snow on top of your car is illegal in some states up north, but it's not outlawed in North or South Carolina. If you don't want to clear off your car, park in a garage or don't drive at all. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back. Making exercise a daily habit can feel daunting, especially when it feels like it only counts when you go all in. Instead, you should know that every small movement counts. That's today's focus on fitness presented by QB. So according to a personal trainer, if you want to start building up a routine, try doing a minute of sit-ups, push-ups, or squats. At the end of each hour, just one at the end of each hour?
Do 1 minute at the end of each hour. Period.
How about just 1 minute of sit-ups? We don't need it at the end of the hour. Don't boss me into when I need to work out. Just 1 minute is all it takes to get the blood flowing. Work out smarter, not harder. And QB is a great way to get some quick exercise regardless of physical ability or age. Try their under-desk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-556-2089 or visit QB.com to learn more.
Some people do in DBL commercial breaks. They'll work out.
What if I want to work out at 2:29? I can according to this?
No one's mad at it. You can do
I don't like being bossed.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow. That's an order.